It's White Castle Day, folks. Oh yeah, it is. I made the little sliders. They're awesome. They're amazing. They're delicious. They taste, well, they taste like White Castle. If you love White Castle, I will not say anything bad about White Castle because I like Jack in the Box tacos. We're even. There you go. They're both a little weird. Let's be honest. They were invented a long time ago, and if they knew then what we know now, I think these would be a little bit different. But we didn't, and they didn't, and there's no such thing as time machines. So let's just agree, these are a classic. They are an icon. They are legendary. And I'm going to show you how to make White Castle sliders. Here we go. Let's get started. Oh, and yes, today I'll eat mustard. You don't want to miss that face. All right, stick around. Stay tuned. The magic of a White Castle burger, slider, whatever you want to call it, is, of course, that silly little 2-inch square patty with the 5 holes in it. We're going to have to make those ourselves, and there's a couple different methods to do that. Maybe if you've seen other videos, you've seen people use a rolling pin, try and roll it out, but you get kind of an oval thing, and you got to cut off the edges, and then it kind of tapers, and you're not going to get a consistent slider. And if there's one thing that White Castle's known for, is consistently. They're consistently the same, which is a White Castle thing that they do. We are going to take a pound of 80/20 ground beef here, ground chuck, ground round, whatever you want to use, whatever you can get. Ground chuck is probably my favorite. It's got nice marbling and a nice texture to the meat. This is the only thing my store sells, so this is what I have. If you want to grind your own meat, I love you. I do the same thing from time to time. I just don't have any of that laying around at the moment and don't have a need to grind up a bunch more, so I'm using this. There you go. That's a lot of words for, here's the meat. All right, we're going to put this into a bowl because we got to mash the crap out of it. Yep, you got to, oh, it goes against everything. There's so many things wrong with this. There's just so many things wrong with this. But it's okay because it's the White Castle way, and we're going to do it their way this time. I'm going to do a future video on how to actually do this better. But for now, we're going to do it the right way, show you this, and then you'll get to see the contrast of what they could do. But they won't because they're known for that and they're stuck and they're pigeonholed. It's just all they're going to get. So we're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in here first before I touch the meat because my gloves are clean. You want about a half a teaspoon of each. Close enough. The pepper doesn't come out as easily. There we go. All right. So that is in there. That is done. Now we need to put the meat in here and get it in there. That's why I'm wearing the gloves, is because that is the best way to do that. We don't need the black styrofoam package again. It's nice that they made black styrofoam packages. Do you know why they did that? So you don't see the blood dripping in there and the stuff. They put the little pads in the bottom now to kind of soak that up. But back in the day, you'd pick up a thing of meat. It was in the white styrofoam, and all the blood would be run down to the side. Got a little gross, apparently. You couldn't get vegans to eat that. You couldn't get them to eat it anyways. What was the point? I don't know. Personally, I don't care. I understand. Dead cows bleed. Just mix this up pretty good. We're going to mash the crud out of it. Apparently, we can't say the C word. Different C word. This is very cold meat, so it's not really wanting to go. So I'm going to give it a little more muscle here. Try to mash this up. Okay, that looks pretty good. As good as it's going to get. Now we have. Sorry, my voice is doing some weird things. Apologize. Let me see. What is our total weight here of this sucker? We want this in grams because we're going to have to weigh this out to the gram. There we go. There's our grams. A kitchen scale is a great thing. I've had this one since the Lincoln administration, I believe it was. Yes, Lincoln. What a great president back in the day. Hey, what have we got here? Okay. This is fun. So 454 grams is a pound. This said it was 1.04 pounds, yet it's 433 grams. and I put salt and pepper in it. So there you go. That's a thing. Okay. So 433 divided by 12 is, okay, so if we do the math, roughly 36, right? Something like that. Somebody, yeah, maybe I'll put it here, the math, and the, yeah, okay. So anyways, there you go. And it's getting less and less by the minute. We better hurry before these things are tiny. So we have a 2.5-inch square mold cutter thing here. They use these for cakes, for things, I don't know. It seems weird to me. You can make square cookies out of it, or you can make really tiny Wendy's hamburgers, or this is perfect size for a White Castle slider. Oddly enough, this is working out in my favor. So we are going to take this, and we're going to put 12 equal little 36-gram meatballs in there. And we're going to pack them down, make all 12 of these, put our little holes in them, and that's basically it. You can fast forward. Now we'll do the first one together. How's that? That's 36 right there. There is your 36-gram meatball. That is what, if you're wondering, yes, I have big hands, but that is a 36-gram meatball. There you go. So we are just going to kind of crumble this up a little bit because I don't really want it in meatball form. I want to be able to form this into our mold, which is going to work beautifully because we're going to get the right thickness, we're going to get the right everything, and we're going to get consistency. And they're all going to be the same. And correct. Okay, that looks perfect. I'm going to grab the little skewer thing because of course I forgot that. Come on. Of course I forgot that you got to make the holes. So hold on one second. Okay, I have a bamboo skewer here. As you can see, we are going to make our 5 holes in this. You basically just stick it in and wiggle it around. Okay, and we will try to free this little thing from the mold. Is that not a perfect little White Castle slider? I don't. If it isn't, I don't know what is, right? Come on, look at that. It's beautiful, it's amazing. Let's get 11 more, just like it. What do we say, folks? Come on. Fast forward. Well, that might be the most precise way to make the little slider patties, but it's definitely not the fastest way. Although, look at those. They're so cute. Come on, they're adorable. Now we're just going to put some of this plastic wrap over the top of this. This has to go in the freezer for exactly 57 minutes. I'm just kidding. It's not that precise. At least an hour, depending on how cold your freezer is. Hopefully it's cold. If not, call a repairman because they're supposed to be. But yeah, I'd say about an hour is going to be about the minimum. And maximum is until they get freezer burn all over them and you got to throw them away and start all over again. Somewhere in between there, and it's perfect. We'll be back in a second. We are going to cook these things up the actual White Castle way. Stay tuned. Hang on. Obviously, the weirdest thing about White Castle burgers, I wouldn't say weird, but the onions are one of the critical parts of this. Now, it was 1921 when this was invented, which, by the way, predates the Oklahoma onion burger, and this thing is cooked in onions. Is that making an onion burger? Probably, yeah. But it's a slightly different version of it. At the time, they used real onions. World War II, they changed. They changed their onions to the minced dehydrated onions like you see here. They never went back. You know why? Because it's cheaper and it's easier and they don't go bad. You don't have to bring in fresh onions. You can just buy like 1,000,000 pounds of that. Keeps for a long time. Hey, what do you know? It's a profit thing. Okay, so we have to rehydrate them. We're going to do this the way they do it, and that's just the way it's done. So what do we have here? We got 1/2 cup of minced dehydrated onions. We have 2 cups of water right here. There's 2 rumors about this. They keep this stuff like super tied down as far as what the actual ingredients of this are. But there is a rumor that there's a little bit of beef stock in it and a little bit of butter in it. It's possible. I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. But first, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. There you go. 2 cups of water, 1/2 cup of that. We are going to use just a little bit of this, just better than bouillon beef based stuff. We're just going to use about that much, not a ton. There you go. That's going in. Obviously, this is going to go and simmer on the stove so that it gets nice and warm and rehydrates. We got a pat of butter in there. This is just going to sit on the stove on super low heat and simmer 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. Should be perfect. And then we're going to cook some burgers. All right, next step. So the next fun part about this is the buns. Now, dinner rolls are traditionally used for this. If you can find those, fantastic. They have to be about a 2" by 2" because that's the size of these sliders officially. They vary slightly, of course, in that they really don't, because they are so strict on the way they make this stuff. I could not find anything that was pre-made. Making dinner rolls that specific size is a little bit of a challenge, so I'm going with Hawaiian rolls because they taste great and they're already 2" by 2" for the most part. There's a little bit of variation. The other beautiful thing is they come by the dozen. So, we have Hawaiian rolls. These are amazing, they're beautiful, they're delicious, we love them. There you go. Are they traditional? No. They're a little stuck to the package at the moment. Come on, try not to tear them. Try not to tear them, make them pretty. Gotta keep them pretty. Okay, why is that so hard? Come on. Anyways, they stuck. It is what it is. There you go. See, we got a dozen of these, the 3 by 4 by the, hey, I can do math. We're gonna cut these in half and turn these into sliders, and then of course you gotta pop them all apart because you make these as individual sliders, but I'm gonna cut us all as one because I don't wanna stand here all day. But this presents its own challenges. I like being able to cut straight. Yes, I'm gonna cut down this way because it's the length of my knife. I'm gonna keep an eye on the knife so that we do this correctly. Yeah, watch both ends at the same time. Did you know that? Okay, screw this. Break them off into rows. Break them off into rows and cut them. Come on, that's the easier way. See, that's much easier. This, on the other hand, was not. But make sure you keep the tops and bottoms together, the correct tops and the correct bottoms, because it matters. Especially when you cut it that badly. All right, well, my cutting skills are in question now, aren't they? Okay, there. Break these apart. Wow, these are really weird Hawaiian rolls. I've never seen Hawaiian rolls quite like this. Are we starting to lose Hawaiian rolls too? Oh man, that was hard. Hawaiian rolls used to be absolutely uniform and perfect. That was not absolutely uniform and perfect. Did anybody want to hear my grossest Hawaiian roll story ever? So I was probably 15 or 16 years old. Yes, they've been around that long. And I was biting into a Hawaiian roll and I never even checked. I ate half of it. That won't make it in the video. There's no way. My lawyers won't allow that. So, sorry. You'll just have to guess what that story was. Alright, the slider patties are frozen. As you can see, they are frozen. Look at that. They got that little bit of, ooh, isn't it pretty? Okay, these are gonna go get cooked with the whole thing, so I'll meet you over at the stove. All right, so let's get our onions down on our pan. This is a 12 by 12 cast iron pan here over the stove on a medium heat. We got the nice onion facial sauna thing going on here. It's beautiful. Just get that, spread out in a nice even layer all the way around. It doesn't have to be too thick. But we are going to steam our patties on top of this. Just lay them out so that you get all 12 of them across this. This pan works out pretty well size-wise for this. We are going to put our buns on top of this here in about 2 seconds. But this pan presents one problem. The center is hotter than the outsides. So we're going to have to move some stuff around. Look for that in a second. But yeah, basically, put your bottom bun on the meat and then the top bun on top of that, kind of off the side a little bit. Everything gets steamed. Everything's beautiful. It takes about 7 or 8 minutes, 10 minutes to get that right. And then you got to slide them off of there. This is a very specific technique. Okay, so you put the bottom bun on top, and the top bun goes under the turner, the spatula there. and you gently slide them off while trying to keep onions from going on you. It's tough to do, but well, let's see this one more time. So we go under, scoop up all the onions. The bun goes underneath the spatula, and then you slide it off. That's the technique to use for this. It works pretty well. It'd work better if you were wearing a glove because it wouldn't burn the crap out of your hands. Now just move all the patties towards the center of this as much as possible so that they cook better. You're going to be doing this in batches a little bit. That's why one of those big griddles is much better. Okay, because of the nature of the pan and because it's square and the burner's round, they're cooking a little bit of weird things. So I have the first batch coming off. This is the center row. We're going to put some cheese on these puppies right here. See, we got all these beautiful onions. We're putting our little piece of cheese on here. Yes, you can quarter up a slice of American cheese. American cheese is the only kind of cheese you can get, as far as I know. Unless there's some weird off-menu thing I ain't heard about. Some of these got a little squishy because, oddly enough, when you pull these off, you saw the technique. You gotta, man, that's hot! So, careful. There, now the cheese will melt while the other ones are cooking. I'm going back. Alright, thanks me for interrupting there. Jeez. Okay, so again, the technique is the same and it works pretty well, except you will burn the crap out of your hands and it hurts. So yeah, wear a glove or something. It works much better, and keep your hand off to the side. I did figure that out by about the ninth slider. If you keep your hand off to the side, it doesn't burn so bad. But yeah, that's basically it. That's how you cook and serve and do all the stuff with the White Castle sliders. Not too hard, really. And yeah, there's extra onions. Okay, folks, that is a big pile of White Castle sliders right there. They're pretty fun to make. They could take a while to cook. If you're using a pan like this, just know you're going to have to rotate some stuff. That makes it a little more challenging. Just get one of those giant outdoor griddle things or whatever. So much easier. That's the only way to fly. Trying to do stuff on a stovetop really sucks. So, what do we have here? Because you can do a lot of things. Of course, the basic White Castle slider is onions. See? Lots of onions and the patty and the bun, and it's served plain like that. That is the simplest way to get it. You can get it with cheese and a pickle. Oh yeah, and then you can get condiments. Mayo, ketchup. I believe you can get mayo, ketchup. I know you can get mustard. Mustard is the most common one. I'm actually gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna just put a little. That was a massive amount of mustard. I like you people, but that is the amount of mustard I'm willing to tolerate. And I'm going to do it on this one over here too. Luckily, I have enough mustard for that. So I'm going to get to taste one of each of those. And that's all the mustard I'm doing. Oh, hell no. Okay, ketchup, because, come on. Ketchup was invented around the same time. Now, the reason why White Castle, obviously, did I do the history thing? I don't know if I did the history thing. I might have done the history thing. The reason why White Castle even exists is because no one would eat the slop because basically when you ate ground meat or anything like that, you died. So, back then, they used the white of the White Castle to symbolize purity. And no, I'm not putting a W on there. It's too small. Now, I already used that once. Okay, I got a knife for mayo. Now, if I had a squirt thing of mayo, that would be out of sight, dude. We're just gonna put a little of that on there. You could put a combination of this. You can put anything you want. You want to put barbecue sauce on it? It's your slider. You can do what you want. But these are traditional right here. And I gotta go in and I gotta eat one of these things. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to have the one with the mustard on it, huh? Now, which one was it? Was it this one? It was this one. I know it was this one. Yeah. Okay, I'm going in. God help me. Well, I had White Castle a couple of times. The Hawaiian roll helps a lot. But otherwise, yeah, that's a White Castle burger. That little bit of mustard on there, it's definitely distinctive. Still not a mustard person, by the way. So, let me go to the other one that has mustard on it. Oh yeah, I'm going into this guy. Because it's got the cheese and the pickle on it. Come on, that's got to help a lot, right? I've never had one of these with cheese, pickle, and mustard. I didn't even know you could get cheese and pickles the first time I had. Well, anyways, come on. Oh yeah. Even with the mustard, that's pretty good. Not a mustard person. Still not a mustard person. Oh. All right. Well, that makes for fun videos. And on that bombshell note, that is how you make the White Castle sliders. That is how they are, and that is how delicious they are, and this is how incredible they look, and they are White Castle-y. Yep. I got mustard mouth. I'm going to say thanks for watching this video. I know there's a bunch more to eat, but I got to take a thumbnail shot still, and I don't want to kill them all. You've seen me, you came for the ones you paid money to watch. That's what you were hoping to see. There it is, mustard mouth. I'm gonna stop making that noise, sorry. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, you gotta stick around because I'm gonna see how you can take these to the next level in the next video. Because did we really hit the pinnacle of burger knowledge and technology in 1921? I don't think so. So let's see what we could do with this now if you were trying to come up with something like this today. We'll do that in the next episode or webisode or video or whatever they call them. I don't even, can we just agree on a name for what these things are called? And when we do, I'll see you on the next one of whatever that is. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate